This week, to say the least. I know I'm kind of getting repetitive with that, but we know. Y'all get on there here, man. Let's talk about this primetime matchup that we got. Let's go, man. It's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant, TP Wade the Giant, man. How are each and every one of you doing? Get on in here. We got to talk about Sunday night. The lights will be all on us. All right, we playing the big bad wolves, the Kansas City Chiefs, man. And we're going to talk about this thing, man. Because I really don't see it the way a lot of people see it. I don't care what you call it. I don't care if you label it as fanboying or any other, all that other shit. Look, I'm just going to call it how I see it. We're going to let this intro rock, of course. Y'all already know how we get down. And then we're going to get into the festivities for the evening. Let's do it.
I felt there was no better athlete on that field than me. I was the best athlete on the field. And in order to win, you have to beat me. If you can't beat me, then you can't win.
I tell you right now, you know everybody gonna watch this ass whoop my put on you, right?
It's your guy who is never lying, sometimes defiant. It's the way to try.
And he put both feet down on the ground, and then he came out of the pile. This ball's thrown, and Tyree, that may be the greatest catch I've ever seen. And it lobs it, Burris alone, touchdown New York.
All right. We in here, man. We already know what it is this week. I don't even have to say too much. Primetime slot, it's the New York Football Giants, their first home game of the season. And we have the Kansas City Chiefs, man. This is 0-2 versus 0-2, man. Listen, all I have been hearing from people is how the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be playing their best because they are oh so hungry for a win. And we may have caught them at the wrong time and all of that, noise that these scary ass fans, man, is putting in their heads. I'm going to just tell you how I see it, man. You know who else is hungry? You know who else is in that same exact position? Shit, you know who else is maybe even in an even more critical position? The New York Football Giants, man. The New York Football Giants. I'm going to just go ahead and rip this Band-Aid off so y'all understand the type of time that I'm on and what I believe. I believe that we can win this game, and I believe that we are going to win this game, man. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. I don't care. I don't care how you see it. I really do think that we are going to win this game and that we can win this game, especially if these coaches, man, can really get on that type of time and, really, really coach a good game. But I see y'all in these comments, man. Let's get into it. Frank White says, yeah. Salute. I see you. I see you. My guy El Jefe is in the building, man. New York Giants. Salute to El Jefe.
Baby.
And Frank is with me, man. Frank White says we can win this game. That is a fact, bro. That is a fact. I hear a lot of people, man, just looking at this game like it is just impossible and all that other shit. But I really like how we look and stack up against the Kansas City Chiefs, the Week 3 Kansas City Chiefs at that. The Week 3 Kansas City Chiefs. Y'all can go back to my older videos, my schedule prediction videos, all of the offseason stuff, and I said this, man. So, again, I love doing this because y'all, if I'm lying, y'all could go fact check it. But I said that the Kansas City Chiefs will start off slow. And it just aligning the way it is, us also having our first home game, I think is going to be a big piece to just, how everybody goes out there and attacks the way they do. I just think, man, this is a perfect chance for the New York Giants to beat the Chiefs, man. And at the end of the day, we both 0-2. We both 0-2. All right, I'm not going to really go back into the future and look at the Chiefs like they are the Super Bowl, contending Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, they're not looking like that. So I'm going by the facts. Money Mike is in here. Says if we ever needed our D-line to be elite, this would be the game. Oh, nah, that's a big fact. That's a big fact, man. And we're gonna definitely get into it. I do wanna do this, man. For people who hasn't really taken the time to just understand and look at this schedule and what we have left, because 0-2 is not, is not what we want. 0-2 is not what I personally predicted, and 0-2 is not a comfortable position to be in, especially when you have the schedule that we have. The next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games that we have, I need people to understand that it gets real. It gets real. Of course, we have the Chiefs. But then after the Chiefs, we have the Chargers. And I'm going to be 1,000 with y'all. The Chargers look official. The Chargers look official. And it's so funny that we have the Chargers, because when I say that us and the Chiefs are in the same spot, the Chiefs, they got to face some dogs next week too, because they got to face the Ravens. So it's a lot of similarities, going into this Week 3 matchup. But yes, we have the Chargers, then we have the Saints, then we have the Eagles, then we have the Broncos, and then we have the Eagles again. So we are definitely in no space or in no room to be, waiting and saying to ourselves, oh, we got later, or it's a long season. Nah, man. Nah. We ran out of that. It's go time. It's go time, man. And I really do believe that it's starting right here with the Chiefs, man. So how are the New York Giants going to beat the Chiefs, man? Let's get into that. Let's talk about that for a little bit, man. First, I want to start on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm going to say just clear cut, plain and simple. This offensive line, and particularly this interior portion of this offensive line, is going to need to play the best game that they've ever played. Like, I think that highly of Chris Jones. I do. I said Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive player in the NFL. Dexter Lawrence, to me, is the 1A. But I ain't going to hold you, man. There is a 1B. There is a 1B, man, and Chris Jones is that. So we're going to have to be locked in, man, on assignment football up front. Everybody is going to have to be playing together, be playing on the same page. And this offensive line is going to have to play a lot similar to what we've seen in this Dallas game, man. If we're gonna give any chance to what we can do offensively, man, I'm just gonna be real with you. We can't be bad. We're not gonna win the game with bad offensive line play. That just won't happen. I'm not even shooting for mediocre. We need to have good offensive line play. Now the good news is that, AT might be in the mix of things. Okay, it's looking really good that AT might play. We're gonna get into that a little bit later on how I ultimately, and I know a lot of others would want this to pan out. But listen, man, that's all good news for us. That is all good news for us. Also, we're going to have to find success in the red zone. These first 2 weeks, man, I don't like the way we approach the red zone. And a lot of that, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, is coaching. Coaching. The play calling when we get in the red zone has been and still remains to be ass. Ass. So what I need is for us to lock in, particularly in the red zone. There is no reason at all that we do not understand the simple math of giving the ball to guys like Cam Scatterbo. It just makes absolutely no sense not to understand that. It makes no sense for us not to understand that our tight ends, particularly someone like a Daniel Bellinger, if Theo Johnson is on his A game, even him. But it makes no sense not to target, our tight ends in the red zone, just like we did in the preseason. It really is simple answers to things that we have made difficult. I can sit here and talk about what we should do all day and all night. But at the end of the day, man, these coaches gotta they gotta do the simple things, man. Like, they gotta really out coach in certain aspects of the game, man, if we gonna win this game. Now, Money Mike, I see you. Money Mike says we have to get our run game going. That is a fact, man. That is a fact. We definitely need a good push up front. And my man Frank White says Scat got to get the ball in the red zone. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So the red zone play, man, we got to do better, man. And especially starting with this week, I think it's going to be huge. I was just having a conversation the other day about just being aggressive, going for it, or kicking a field goal. We'll kind of dig into that just a little bit, but we need to understand that we need to play like an 0-2 team that basically is damn near like playoff football for us. Like that is really how we gotta carry shit. For real, man. Also, Russell Wilson, we need that big playability from Russell Wilson. For sure. We need him to have that confidence and that courage to stand tall and confident in that pocket. Look down the field. Be smart with the ball. Don't carry on the beautiful success that we had versus Dallas and just think that everything is going to be sweet versus the Chiefs. I still want us to look at the right reads, make the right throws. But I do not want to hold back on being aggressive, and I want Russell Wilson to make these throws down the field, man. Make these throws down the field. Russell Wilson showed y'all he can get it done down the field. We already know when Malik Neighbors can get done down the field, man. We got the best receiver in the game, arguably. And we need to always act like it. Feed Malik. It's simple math. There's nothing complicated to understanding that. And Darius Slayton, it's going to be a matter of time when Darius Slayton has one of those games. And don't get it twisted or tangled. For everybody that may not understand what Darius Slayton is out there doing, because, look, we finally are in a position to where there's multiple hands to feed. And it may not be a Darius Slayton night every night, but understand he is still effective. They still got corners that is grabbing on laundry when it comes to Darius Slayton because he's rattling them up. But Darius Slayton is definitely, intangible heavy. So I'm excited about the targets, how we line up versus the Chiefs. But it all is going to be, starting with, of course, that offensive line, but Russell Wilson making sure that he plays similar to how he played at Dallas. And I mean just being confident. Not dumb, but confident. That deep ball throw was definitely back in effect versus Dallas, and I need it back this go around versus the Chiefs. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball, man. Linebacker, we hurting, man. We struggling at linebacker. I would absolutely love to have Abdul Carter in that linebacker role. To me, I think it makes sense. But knowing us, we don't always do the shit that makes sense, unfortunately. But Travis Kelce is in that revenge mindset because he had a huge drop last week. So he's going to come playing with that chip on his shoulder. And we cannot let Travis Kelce win that game for him. And we cannot let Travis Kelce kill us. Again, I just like how we match up. I think we have the players, the roster, the guys to really, combat whatever the Chiefs got to give. But again, we can't let this tight end, Travis Kelce, just bleed us dry. We can't allow that. Now, we already alluded to this. This is no secret to us. We know this. But we have to get after Patrick Mahomes, man. And we've seen it so many times with Pat. We've seen when dogs go hunt and they really make Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable, especially with the receivers that are out with the Chiefs. This is the game, if no other. This is the game where the dogs gotta go eat. The dogs gotta go eat. And the big thing around that to me is coaching. We'll get into that. But we have to play what I believe is New York Giant football, man. Letting our guys going out there and having Patrick Mahomes running around the field, doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, and us capitalizing off of it. See, a lot of these things, man, are just simple. A lot of these things are that simple. We just need to go out there and, for the love of God, do them. Do them. Coaches, put these guys in a position. And then my last point when it comes to just this whole keys to victory thing, man, is we just can't get out coached. We can't get out coached. And even if we do, it can't be a situation where we're just being out coached by a landslide. I respect the names over there. The Spags and Reed. And they look, man, they got some coaches over there. But if Coach Dable has any DeBalls left, if Coach Shane Bowen is going to bounce back from what I feel like is the reason on why we lost last week, I'm gonna be straightforward with that. If these coaches have any type of ill will or dog or fight in them, this is the week to bounce back and to put a good game together on both sides of the ball. We cannot afford to have a masterclass in coaching. Now, I do want to say, let me bring this up real quick, because to me this is huge. This is huge right here. Let me see. Look at this injury report here. It's the injury report here. Now for us, let me see. You got Chauncey Golston, who's questionable, but I think he will be fine. Darius Marsall is out, which again, I just think all signs would have to lead up to, up to Abdul Carter standing up. I would hope. We did do a lot of, signings and things, the practice squad signings and stuff like that at the linebacker position, because it doesn't make sense. Like, we are so weak at that position opposite of Bobby Okereke right now. It does not make sense. But I think we can really capitalize by putting Abdul Carter there, man, for real. But outside of that, we all right. Outside of that, we all right. We've been hearing good things about Andrew Thomas. More than likely, he'll be playing. We good. But if you scroll down to this Chiefs injury report, the two names that really stick out to me is you got Christian Fulton. He is out. Christian Fulton is out. And then you have Xavier Worthy, who they said he was working himself, the back. He was in practice trying to get right, but he ain't there yet. And he is out as well. He is out as well. And so the way I see it, man, if the Giants are going to beat the Chiefs, they are more capable than doing it now than what they have been able to do in quite some time. In quite some time. I think we're going to win this game, yo. I think we're going to win this game. I don't care what y'all call it. I don't care if y'all call it fanboying and all that other shit. Look, man, I really do think we got this shit, man, if we go out there and do our thing. Now, as far as coaching is concerned, man, coaching. And look, as I said, Sam's POV says coaching scares me. Oh, man, I'm with you. I am with you. If there is anything that I am reserved about when it comes to this New York Football Giant team, it is coaching. On the offensive side, I need that balanced O. I need that balanced O attack, man. We have yet to really see full-fledged on what we have in the backfield in both Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Cam Scatterbo. I'm telling y'all, we really have two gems in the backfield that we have yet to really, truly see. Just like, these are some dogs, I'm telling y'all. When we get a push up front, we are really going to be able to see what it looks like to have that 1-2 punch and Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Cam Skedaddle. And then I'm telling y'all, once that is in play, oh my God, then this offense is really cooking with hot grease. But I want us to put things together this game, man. I want that balanced O attack. I want to see that running game off the ground. I want to see these play actions, man. Freeze these guys up on these play actions and let these receivers eat. Because I like the way our receivers match up against these corners. I do. And again, like, we don't gotta complicate things. We have Malik Neighbors, man. We have Malik Neighbors. He is coming off a high. Like, yes, the loss never feels good. But best believe Malik Neighbors has all the momentum right now after the game he just had. He has that hot hand. So when he's in the mode that he is in now, find ways to get him the ball. And guess what? I want y'all to pay all the attention to Malik. Because everybody who don't know is acting like, oh, Malik is all they have offensively. Okay, cool. Find out the hard way. When Theo Johnson head is not in his ass, okay? Act like he can't kill you. Act like Daniel Bellinger can't kill you. Act like Wandale can't kill you. Act like Darius Slayton can't kill you. Okay, cool. Find out the hard way. So I really believe that this is the game, man, to definitely get that balanced attack going. I definitely want to get these tight ends involved. You know, I don't want this to be a thing of just being undisciplined offensively and just looking for the deep shots all day and every day. Nah, I just want us to be patient, be conservative, be smart, but also be aggressive. And not just being aggressive as far as the players, this coaching staff. And now we can get into what I was kind of talking about as far as just the aggressive play with this coaching. I don't know how y'all feel, but I'm never going to be mad at us going forward when it is 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and we are in the red zone. Go for that shit. Go for that shit. People be telling me, oh, man, you got to go for the points. Look at what happened last week. We didn't go for the points. Well, guess what? You could say the same thing on both sides. There's been point in times where we haven't went for it, and it hurt us in the back end as well. Pause. So you could say that about both sides to it, both sides of the coin. But I'd rather go out on my shield knowing that we was as aggressive as we possibly could have been to try to win this game, man. So none of that scary shit. None of that scary shit offensively. I promise you, if we get into the situation when we're, 4th and 2, on the 2, like we did versus Washington or some crazy shit like that, and we decide to kick a field goal, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose my mind. Primetime football now. We 0-2. I want to play like we 0-2. I want to play like we really want this win. I want to play like we are starving for this win. None of that soft bullshit. The plays that is deep in that bag, get into that. Get into that. I don't care if you thought, oh, man, we were supposed to get into this later in the season. Nah, get into that now. This is one of those games, man. This is one of those games. This is super important. And we're not going to keep saying, oh, next game is super important. Next game is super important. Nah, we're running out of time right now. So we got to go now. We got to go right now. And I need not just aggressiveness for the offensive side of the ball. Coach Shane Bowen, man. I've said enough. I've said enough about Coach Shane Bowen. But I refuse to let this man off the hook. I'm not going to let people just sit here and make excuses for the man because y'all feeling bad for the guy. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Coach Shane Bowen needs to get his head out his ass, man. And he needs to finally let that ego and pride shit go. And he needs to coach himself a good game, man. Defensively, we all see it. We all say the same thing. We all are thinking the same thing. We all know what to do. Let the dogs go hunt, man. I don't want to hear, oh, Coach Shane Bowen is not a guy who usually sends the blitz. Listen, what you have done is not working. It's not working. So it's time for you to really listen and finally put out a product, man, that is really going to take this defense to the next level. I'm watching the game just like y'all are watching the game, man. We cannot say that the roster isn't there. We cannot say defensively that we are not ready to go to war. Because we are, man. We are. And I feel like the biggest thing that is holding us back is Coach Shane Bowen. I do. Now, granted, we got to tighten up on just discipline factors to this. I understand that. I understand that. And I'm not going to negate the fact that it isn't early in the season. But in the same breath and time, man, we are looking at guys, man, who are buying into this year, and they're playing with an intensity that I haven't seen in quite some time. So I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. Coach Shane Bowen, I'm shining the light on you. Coach Dable, I'm shining the light on you. And I need y'all to go out there, man, and for once, can we have some complimentary football where both sides of the ball is being coached well? Please. Please. Because honestly, it's this. I honestly feel like this coaching staff is the only thing holding us back. That's honestly how I feel. Can we get Dex out the 3-tech, please? Please. He should be playing the 0 and the 1. Please put Dex back in the middle. I don't know, man. This is the type of shit that seems obvious to me. This seems obvious to me. But for some reason, it's just like we never do the obvious. And then when we finally do the obvious, it works. And then there's like this, oh man, what happened this go around? Dex is hungry too. Dex is hungry too. I love the fact that people are sleeping on Dex right now. I absolutely love that shit. Yeah, poke the bear. Poke the bear. Because guess what? Now that we are at home and the momentum is there and we got our backs against the wall and you questioning the best defensive player in the league on whether he still has it or not and all this other type of crap, that's exactly what I want going into this Chiefs game. That's exactly what I want. Now, I said, yeah, they have a Chris Jones. He's the real deal. But God damn it, man, we got a Dex. We have a Dex. So let's get it going with him. I really want to see him just lined up right over the center, man, right in the middle. And I want to see him do his thing. I want to see him do his thing. Let's go. Like my man Frank White is saying, 100 Bears versus Dex, I'll take Dex. And that is a fact. That is a fact. Let me catch up in the comments, man, because I see y'all. I see y'all in these comments. Let me catch up real quick. First of all, New York Giants salute to each and every one of you. Listen, if you're new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe. This is where all New York Giants soldiers meet. Please make sure that you subscribe right now. Also, if you are viewing this, shout out to you. Again, New York Giants salute to you. But also help me out here by liking this video, man. Liking this stream, man. Hit that like button. Let other New York Giant fans, New York Giant soldiers to be exact, know what's going on this way. Let me see. Let me catch up on these comments right here. Oh, solving the race problem. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. New York Giants salute to my guy solving the race problem. One of these point in times, man, we're gonna have to update our Daniel Jones conversation too. Yeah. We're gonna have to update our Daniel Jones conversation. Yeah, because a lot of y'all just slipped through the crack. Pause. But a lot of y'all was getting at me heavy for my Daniel Jones take. And the same ones that was getting at me, now they saying the same things that I've been saying all last season, all off season. Yeah, I see y'all. And for those who don't know, I'll just keep it short and brief because we got bigger fish to focus on. But I told people that this man, Daniel Jones, is not as bad as the narratives has led people to believe. I never cared about what everybody had to say. That's why my intro is what it is, man. I'm sometimes defiant. I am sometimes defiant. Sometimes you could have the whole fan base saying something, and I will just stand on the hill if it is what I believe. But I'm never lying. I am never lying. Now Daniel Jones is over there cooking. Cooking with hot grease. Because I was the one that said, hey, while everybody is so pissed off at Daniel Jones, which I'm not saying you didn't have a reason to, but while everybody is just focusing on Daniel Jones and only on Daniel Jones, I am shining the flashlight on this coaching staff. And now we're seeing it to be true. We're seeing it to be true. But hey, what do I know? Shout out to Frank White. Frank White says we got to be smart and play calling. That is a fact, man. Skull for Life Barber is in the building. Says, Skull, TP, I need y'all to beat the Chiefs. Y'all got this, man. I definitely believe we got this, man. Shout out to my guy, Skull Barber in the building, man. I definitely believe we got it, man, for sure. Money Mike says, Neighbors is top 5, hands down. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, I'm ready to also upgrade the whole conversation as to who's the best receiver in the NFC East. Yeah, we're going to have to revisit that conversation as well. For sure, for sure. My man Pablo is in the building.
P545.
Says TP, salute. We finna get that W tomorrow. Yes, sir. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go, man. For sure. Pablo says, if Andrew Thomas plays tomorrow, kick Illumino in the guard spot and Membo at right tackle. Membo played great last week. I'm so glad you mentioned that because that is definitely in my notes. That is definitely in my notes, man. Also, when I talk about, man, being aggressive, I want aggressive moves to be made as well, man. Aggressive moves to be made. A lot of us feel the same exact way, Pablo. Again, this to me seems like more of the obvious thing to do. Andrew Thomas gets back. Put Marcus Membo at right tackle. We have a gem in Jermaine Illuminor who has already put it out there and said, I do not mind playing guard, whatever the team needs. And shout out to Jermaine Illuminor because, I mean, that is such an underrated thing to have. But just by doing these few things, it upgrades our offensive line production by so much. By so much. But the sad part about it is, are we going to do this? No. No. Unfortunately, we're not going to do this. And it's that's what pisses me off about this coaching staff. Because no matter how many times we've been saying, yo, get James Hudson out the fucking game and put Marcus Membo in there, guess how long it took? And then when it did happen, voila. But this is the coaching staff that we got to deal with, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So, Pablo, I'm with you, and a lot of us are with you. A lot of us would love to see this. But is this coaching staff going to do it is the question. Money Mike says, being non-biased, I got Leak 4th. Jamar, Jettas, and St. Brown in front of him. I disagree. I ain't putting St. Brown in front of Leak. I ain't putting St. Brown in front of Leak. And I like St. Brown. But I ain't putting him in front of Leak right now. Jamar and Jettas, I can get that to you. I can get that to you. St. Brown, I don't see it. I don't see it. Frank says, even at linebacker level, that's an area I'm worried about. And yeah, man, it could all be so simple. It could all be so simple. Keep and put Abdul Carter on the field and have that man playing linebacker. Play linebacker. That's all I'm saying. Pablo says defense has to contain Mahomes and stop the run, eliminate the dump penalty, and win on special teams. Easier said than done, but we got to get over this losing hump, man. That is a fact. You already know. You already know. Born for Sports is in the building, man. Shout out to my guy, Born for Sports.
P545.
Says, what's up, bro? Checking in on a Saturday night, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy, Born for Sports, man. Make sure that y'all tune in to Born for Sports. I believe he has a live stream going on tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure that y'all tune in to him as well. Y'all, he's no stranger to here. Dope New York Giant and New York sports content creator for sure. Shout out to my guy, man. Chase Hill. Chase Hill is in the building, man. Shout out to Chase Hill.
All good, baby.
Tuning in, man, saying what's good. Definitely New York Giants. Salute to you. Born for Sports also saying only way we lose is if our coaching staff gets cooked, which is entirely possible. I'm with you. I'm with you. That's the biggest, to me, is the biggest question mark. That is the biggest question mark for me. is this coaching staff. For real. Is this coaching staff. Shout out to my guy Clinton in the building. Clinton, I didn't forget about you. I'm going to catch everybody up real quick. Clinton is a Kansas City Chief fan, and we made a bet because I'm not really interested in money bets this year. Like I don't really care to do that. I'm going for pride. And me and Clinton made a bet that if the Chiefs win, I will have to wear some type of Chief memorabilia. And it's so funny because actually today I went out looking. I live in Michigan. I'm stationed in Michigan. I went out looking for Chiefs gear, man, and I had no luck. But either way, I'm going to still hold my end of the bet. And if the Giants win, then my guy Clinton is going to pop up with Giant gear, man. So that is the bet that we have online, man. That's FIFA Full Fun Energy for sure. Bowen for Sports says, I don't feel bad for Bowen at all. I feel bad for us because he should have been fired Monday morning. Oh, man. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Shout out to my guy Juan Gotti is in the building. New York Giants, salute to my guy Juan Gotti, man. Definitely doing dope things over there with the Commanders. Make sure that y'all subscribe to him as well, man. He's no stranger to here. He was who I had to, chop it up with, man, when we played the Washington Commanders. He says, what y'all gonna do? Yo, man. I'm trying to figure out a way to say this, man, without like making it seem like I'm lacking any type of humbleness. I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. We're gonna go out there primetime night, first home game of the season, and we finally gonna make our fan base proud. And we're going to get a win, man, on the record board. Point blank, period. We're going to get a win in the record board, man. That's it. Chase Hill says Mumbo has plenty of right guard snaps in college, too. Yes, that is a fact. I just, a tackle is just so hard to come by. And I feel like with Mumbo, the feet that he has, I do not want to waste that with him playing guard, man. I mean, his feet is impeccable. And if I had to choose who I would put at guard, Illuminor or Mumbo, I personally would be more comfortable at having Illuminor in there. Especially just him just being that bigger body as well. You add experience on a NFL level at that. I would rather have Illuminor, but definitely a good point. My guy solving the race problem says, I gotta give you your flowers. It's early, but it's looking like you might be right about DJ. He looks a lot better in a stable situation. Yeah, you know how to get at you. You know how we do. We've been having this Daniel Jones conversation. But shout out to my guy solving the race problem for sure. Sean Jackson says, what's up, TP? Keep up the Giants' faith. I have the exact same white Giants Super Bowl shirt you're wearing. Ironically, our Giants outcoached many in 22. I agree. Our coaching needs to level up in 25, man, for sure. New York Giants, salute to Sean Jackson, man. Yeah, man. Listen. I remember when we won, and y'all know how back in the day, man, after the Super Bowl, like literally right after, it would be the commercial, saying, get your Super Bowl tee for $54.99 or something like that. And I just always remember just watching those commercials like, man, I gotta get my hand on the Super Bowl tee. I gotta be a part of this team in this moment, man. That's like one of the greatest feelings is when your team gets to the final dance, secures job well done, secures their spot as the champion. and they bring out those teas, man, that is just something nobody could take from you. That is something nobody can take from you. So I got both of our joints. Y'all seen me rock it. So yeah, man. Shout out to you. All right, I think we're a little caught up right now. Let's address some rumors, man. I've been hearing some bull shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's start with this one. I don't know who put this out there. I don't know who kicked this off. But Russell Wilson going to the Bengals. People believe that it would be smart for both the Giants and the Bengals for us to make the trade with the Bengals and giving them Russell Wilson. I don't know, like, where people come up with this type of shit, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. And if you have that type of mindset, then that right there, even if you make that move right there, that right there tells me that you've given up on the season. I'm gonna be real with you. That right there tells me that, all right, yo, pack it up. You don't even have to have any more hope because they sent the message to pack it up for you already. You don't have a quarterback that threw for 450 fucking yards and think to yourself, hey, how about we trade the guy? That's why the people who are still talking about whether we should start Russell Wilson or Jackson Dart is completely stupid. I'm sorry. It's completely stupid. Russell Wilson just had a steroid game. There's no conversation at I know every week it is going to be brought up, right? But when your quarterback throws for 450 yards and has the game that Russell Wilson just had, you don't even talk about who's behind him. Pause. You don't even have those conversations. Like, no, Russell Wilson ain't going to no Bengals. If y'all really want something to happen over there, give us something for a Jameis Winston. And even that, you're gonna have to dig deep into your pockets. You're gonna have to give us something. Even if you really want a Jameis Winston. But as far as this, where we are now, Russell Wilson, no, sir. That's off the table. What kind of the Madden world are we living in, man? That's some big just bullshit right there. Another one I heard. I don't know if y'all heard this, but I promise y'all, I'm not making this up. DJ Moore for Dexter Lawrence or Kayvon Thibodeau. No, I got something for that. I literally seen this. DJ Moore for Dexter Lawrence or Kayvon Thibodeau.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
This is why at times, man, where I really tell myself, like, yo, I gotta stay off X/Twitter, cause it gets real stupid up there. You really hear some dumb shit up there, but I promise you, I'm not making these rumors up. Also, Darius, speaking of Twitter, Darius Slayton, he addresses. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me show y'all. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me see. Because Darius Slayton had him a little Twitter response this week with a New York Giant fan who, looks like he deleted the tweet. Let me see if I can bring this up. Here we go. All right, here we go. He deleted the tweet, so we won't be able to see what the Giant fan tweeted out. But basically, the Giant fan was just bringing up the first few games or the touchdowns that Malik had versus the other receivers or something along those lines. And Darius Slayton took the time, man, to respond. Darius Slayton says, LOL, make this same tweet, but then include how many touchdowns I had through my first 17 games. You can say Malik is a great player without trying to make it seem like the rest of us was bums. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. Because that also shows, like, yo, Darius Slayton has been tuned in as well. Darius Slayton has been listening to the shit that everybody has been saying, and he's like, all right, man, all right, enough is enough. Like, y'all gonna stop playing on my name, man. Word. Because y'all be out here acting like, you know, I'm just some bum out here, and it's like, nah, all right, go do your research. Go do your research. So I like that little jab that Darius Slayton had, man, you know. I know a lot of us is going to be like, oh, man, stay off of Twitter. But nah, man, sometimes you got to, you know, remind them, man. Sometimes you got to remind them. A lot of y'all been having, you know, Darius Slayton disrespect. We're going to do a little Twitter surfing right now, man. Look at my guy, Scat. Look at my guy, Scat. This is the type of, like, New York Giant and energy, man, that is just going to be multiplied because we are playing our first home game of the season. But for anybody who's played football, they know, you know, having this type of energy on the sideline or what that does for you.
Let's finish. Let's finish. I'm talking about.
Come on, man.
Step up.
Come on, man. Come on, Scat.
I'm talking about.
And a lot of y'all not even realizing, y'all not even realizing why this is dope. A lot of y'all don't even realize why this is dope right here. This is dope because he has that same energy in his style of play. In his style of play, he has that same energy. He ain't just on the sideline being a cheerleader, just saying a bunch of shit to look good. Nah. The way he picks up blocks, the way he runs the rock, all of that's Scat. That's how he approaches the game. So I'm absolutely loving, man, you know, what Scatterbo brings to the squad, man. And I can only imagine, you know, this home crowd, man, we got to get it rocking. I can only imagine what it's going to be, you know, when we are in front of this home crowd this week, man. For real. Shane Bourne, let's listen to what Shane Bourne had to say.
What was the strategy at the end of regulation?
Yeah, I mean, we knew kind of the distance, what it was going to be. Getting credit to him making a 64-yarder, but we knew that was his range. Just trying to defend the line as best we could. Wish we would have been tighter, a little bit tighter. Again, just like all these calls that don't work, second guess it. You probably wish you went a different direction. But tough situation to come down to that one play. I got to be better. Wish we would have been better, and hopefully we can move on and progress from it and learn from it and be better. But feel for the guys. They battled for 92 plays and they come down to that one play. Feel for them. But again, it's Thursday now. We got to move on and get ready for the Chiefs.
I will say this. For those who be asking me, like, what do I be expecting from Coach Dable? I'm going to say this, man. When it comes to Coach Shane Bourne, at least the man got in front of that podium and didn't bullshit us with a bunch of bullshit. At least he showed some type of ownership and said, hey, man, listen, you know what? I effed up. I could have done this better. You know, looking back on it, I could have done this differently. That's on me. See, I could receive that a lot better than what I see Coach Dable do time after time. Coach Dable will get his ass on the stadium, look us dead in the lenses of these cameras, and feed us some bullshit and say some shit and double down on some bullshit that he's done. Double down on it. And really treat us like we as dumb as a box of rocks. So I will say, I mean, it don't excuse the fact. Like, I'm not, like, it's still, it's irritating. But at least Coach Shane Bourne was man enough to say, you know what? That's on me. I effed up on that. Now, Coach Shane Bowen, just get your head out your ass and just do better. Just do better. So speaking of, oh my God. Oh my God. Look at Scat. Look at Scat, man. Look at what he does, man. Look at what he does. This is what I mean. See, like all we need is a push up front. All we need is a push up front. Look at how he approaches the game. Ah! Oh my God! Get your soft ass up. Look at this. Get you some more. I love this dude, man. I love this dude, man. Ah! You get tired of dealing with that all game, man. Look at Scat. Look at Scat. Uh-huh. That's my dog right there, man. That's my dog. That's the 25 Jeremy Shockey right there. That's the 25 Jeremy Shockey. All right, let me get out of this. Otto Watts, I see you. Otto Watts says, all those proposed trades are just stupid. The Giants can still win the NFC East. It's time to fix the running game and get a more aggressive defensive profile. Get rid of the prevent defense. Yeah, man, I'm with you. Grease Monkey says, do Chiefs pick up Hill or A-Chain? Do the Chiefs pick up Hill or A-Chain? Don't know, my brother. I don't know, my brother. That's Chiefs business. Pablo says, I don't see Shane Bowen there next year. He might be out before the season is over if he communicates dumb defensive play calls. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you. All right, man. Let me go ahead and we're going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to put this link in the chat for any closing words or anybody that want to chop it up, man, before we get on out of here. Let me see. The link is in the chat. For anybody that wants to chop it up. Listen, I do want to also, man, just put it out there. The FIFA full farm tees are ready to get going, man. I didn't want to put it out there, man, until we had our first win. I want to make sure that I put it out there when we are actually on FIFA full farm energy, because it don't feel right doing that on the loss, man. It just don't. So as soon as we get our first win, we dishing out the FIFA full farm tees. Make sure, man, that y'all go get y'all one, man. Again, I'm trying to, definitely add to the merch game, because me personally, that's something I take pride in. I don't like wearing the same thing that everybody else rock. So it also gives y'all the opportunity to do something, and it help support the movement as well, man. Dan Steely says Giants gonna get rolled. Okay. I got nothing to say to that, my brother. All I can say is I hope that you are going to be here at the post-game live stream. I just want to see Dan Steely here at the post-game live stream. That's it. We're both 0-2 teams. We're 0-2 teams that at the end of the day that is desperate for a win. I don't got to shit talk. We got to show up just like they got to show up. The only thing I can really tell you is if you think that I'm just petrified or scared because they got Chiefs, across their chests, then you got another thing coming. And I know a lot of people going to be looking at it like, oh, damn, this dude, he's delusional. Oh, he's just this big fanboy and all that other shit. Oh, I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. I don't care how you look at it. But the way I see it is, I see us going out there, prime time, taking care of business, and most definitely Just bringing that fee-fi, fo-fum energy. That's what I see us doing. My man Lamar says, do I think Brian Daboll returns? I'm going to be real with you. I've been one of those guys that been saying I'm ready to move on from Brian Daboll since last year. Do I think he returns? There's something that unfortunately, and this is unfortunate, I'm going to be real with you. There is something that is telling me that he will be back, man. There is something that is telling me that he will be back. I'm ready to move on from him. I still stand on that. And I don't call no shots, though. I don't call no shots. But all I can do is, from my standpoint, is just be the guy to just say, look, I'm not letting the bullshit just be swiped under the rug on my end. Because that's what I feel like what happened last year, and I'm calling that shit out. My man Frank White says, you think we run the right defensive scheme? You know, honestly, again, I really have no faith in these coaches, bro. I really don't. Because they really haven't shown me anything to say otherwise. I wish the case was different. I wish it was different. It's just not, unfortunately. It's just not. So, like, really my biggest scare now is this coaching staff, man. I hope they don't shit the bed. I hope they go out there and they could put together, you know, a decent game plan at the very least. But all I do know is we're not putting the blame on this roster. I'm not going to do that. I'm for sure not going to do that. So that's just an unfortunate situation that we are in, man. But we're going to see. We're going to see, you know, this is this. I hate to say this is it, because I really don't want to stamp it this early like that, man. But if this ain't it, it's close to it, goddammit. It's close to it. But listen, man. Tomorrow night. Damn, I almost played the happy birthday song. Tomorrow night, it's showtime, man. It is showtime. I need everybody who is going to the game. I need y'all to leave that negative energy. Leave all your doubts outside of the stadium. I need everybody who's going to be at that game to make sure that y'all go out there and fan like we are a team that needs a win. Just like I need the players and the coaching staff to act like they are a team that needs a win. Right now, man, New York Giant fans, y'all are on a mission. Let it be a sea of blue out there. And please let the home opener be something that is actually effective. We need this game like a fish need water. So V5, fo-fum. New York Giants salute to each and every one of you, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me for tonight. I cannot wait to talk with y'all after the game. Hopefully it is after a win. I'll just say that. Hopefully it is after a win. But all in all, man, I just want to see us put it together. That is it. So, on that note, I'll go holler at y'all. And until I holler at y'all, New York Giants salute. Peace.
AKA lion, AKA tiger, how we swinging nine, walking through the fire, certified pioneer. Yeah. Keep applying pressure to the foes, blowing closer than night pit, closer than my dish. Yeah. Keep away the giant hit.